Every day that goes by, I feel like we're morphing into a Terminator movie. Now, I don't know if this Terminator movie is Terminator 1, Terminator 2, or Terminator 3. Well, what I will say is it's probably more likely Terminator 1. Now, in this movie, I'm not John Connor. I'm not even Arnie. I'm not a Terminator. I'm not even Kyle Reese. I'm the guy in the park with the kid when Sarah Connor's hanging onto the fence, screaming that nuclear war's just about to happen. And yes, I'm probably the first geezer to get melted. We'll have this guy, and he's called Klaus Schwab, and he comes out with really, really crazy statements like the humans that don't merge with AI are going to cease to exist. Right? That's literally a thing that he said at the recent bad guy meeting, aka WEF, whatever he owns. You know, the basically the club of evil villains. Klaus Schwab is every Bond villain mixed into one. Whenever I see this guy, I laugh and I think to myself, this has to be a psychological operation. Why do I need to morph with AI? Why is it that the human beings that decide to, you know what, we're just going to live in the woods, we're just going to be around nature, and we're just going to die happy? Why will those people, why are those people considered undesirables? Why do I have to morph with AI? Why can I not just sit here with my 2015 Apple Mac and make videos? Why do I need to put chips into my body to be tracked wherever I may be? Why do I have to have my retina scanned and my consciousness downloaded and uploaded into some sentient being that, you know, with, I don't know, that literally looks like the Terminator? Why does that have to be a thing of the future? Klaus Schwab, I mean, even the name, I don't even think this guy's real. So the article we're about to read now is like, it's real, guys. Like, I mean, this actually was said. You know, if you said this 20, 30 years ago, people would be saying, hold on, this guy's what? What did you say? No, yeah, no, these are things that they want to bring in. I'm from Ireland. I live on an island. We can get sort of like, what do you call it, island fever, where like, you know, we really don't know what's going on in the rest of the world. But you do have a guy, Leo Varadkar, who literally is a baby Klaus Schwab. Klaus Schwab's the tarantula. Varadkar is the baby spider, and he's sort of singing off the same song sheet and getting orders from his daddy. So, you know, what Klaus does, Varadkar does. And I'm just going to say to you, Varadkar would happily and willingly give up his land for some experiment that Klaus Schwab, like the first ever AI city. That's the way I see Varadkar, because he's just, you know, he's a simp. He's not stupid, but he's a simp for the Klaus Schwab Bond villains. Klaus Schwab says humans who refuse to merge with AI will soon become extinct. And there's the lovely fellow there, if you don't know who he is. This guy is every Bond villain wrapped up into one. He's that wacky. I do believe that he could be some psychological operation or the reincarnation of a guy that died in the mid 1940s. I mean, he does look like your grandfather, but this guy is evil as they come. I mean, this is what he's saying. He's telling you what he wants to do, and nobody's listening. World Economic Forum founder Klaus Schwab has warned that humans who refuse to merge with artificial intelligence AI will soon find they have no place in society. I mean, just that alone, can we not just live in the woods? Can we not just like live normally? Why do we have to merge with AI? I mean, what, to make us live longer? You know, they want us all not to be here anyway. So the only reason I could think why they would want this is to track us. You know, the old phones aren't working anymore, so you know they're going to have to implant, I don't know, some weird chip into your brain, Elon Musk style, and just control your thoughts and your movements and everything. You know, they just don't want to control what you drive. They want to control the physical essence who you are, your being, your body. You know, it's, you know, is David Icke right? I don't know. Speaking at the 2024 World Government Summit, Schwab declared that humanity is transitioning into a new era. where humankind will transition into the intelligent age. Like, are we not already in the intelligent age? You know, he's trying to sell this to you as like, just take this little chip, man. Just implant this, and you're going to be so intelligent. It's like your local steroid dealer coming up to you in like the gym and saying, "Look, do you want to get jacked?" Like I've seen you work out there for like the past 6 months, and you can have so many gains. I can give you 6 months of progress in 1 week. Just take these juicy vitamins, and everything's going to be a okay. That's what it feels like. Klaus Schwab is the intellectual steroid dealer. That's what he feels like to me.
And when I was speaking here 7 years ago,
And when I was speaking here 7 years ago,
after having written a book about the fourth industrial revolution, I showed how this revolution will change.
how this revolution will change. I don't know how anybody takes this guy serious. I'm not. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't take him serious, but I do take him serious when he comes out with statements like this. This guy's like a walking joke to me. Like everything he says is just like a joke. But now it's not become. Now it's not a joke anymore. It's actually becoming reality. Do you know what I mean? So let's take what he's saying serious here.
How we live, how we act, how we communicate, how we produce, and how we consume.
See, when he said producer, I didn't think of crops. It was like the first thing that came into my head was like growing babies in test tubes. It was like how we produce. We are going to move away from the sex organs and grow babies in the test tubes.
Now, we are speaking not just about the fourth industrial revolution. We are speaking about the transition of humankind into a new era, which is not just characterized by technological change. A new era where humankind
Like he really struggles with his words, doesn't he? Where humankind? Like I'm assuming like if you rip back the mask, it would be some artificial being underneath that anyway.
will enjoy many more opportunities and possibilities. It's a transition. It's a transition from we first had the transition about 100 years ago from the agricultural society to the industrial society.
Bro, what he's trying to do here, he's trying to say like we went from the agricultural society to the industrial society. Okay, but that was for like the greater cause of mankind. Like that was for the best. That was the best thing. The industrial revolution. This is not the same. What you're doing is you're basically outright saying that humans should merge with AI. That is completely different from the industrial revolution. That's taking away our humanity. Do you know what I mean? I mean, he gets it, but he's look at the people in the crowd. They're all like Saudi Arabians or sheiks or whatever you call those people, tile heads, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, what's happening here? There's not one normal person in that crowd. Like, just put me there, and I'm going to shout, I'm going to heckle, I'm going to say, Klaus, you're going to have to shut the fuck up. This idea. I know all these Saudis and the sheiks and the tile heads are like, telling you this is a really good idea. But this is a really, really bad idea because you're going to basically allow Skynet to take over the earth, and it's just going to wipe everybody out. And that's the way we've seen the movie. It's basically a documentary dramatized. So, listen to me, Klaus. We can't do this.
But today, we speak about the transition into what I would call the intelligent age. And I did something maybe unusual.
He done something very unusual. He probably oiled his joints because he's not made of bone. This geezer's made of titanium steel. He oiled himself up and he changed his motor. And he gave himself, I don't know, a good clean out. He had an MOT. He gave himself a good MOT before he done this interview.
I took ChatGPT and I had a long discussion with ChatGPT, with my pot, if I may say so.
ChatGPT isn't real, Klaus. That's an AI system with an algorithmic sort of tendency that's programmed by a programmer. Yes, it answers questions, but you're not getting answers back that are from a self-aware being. That is programmed. That's called an algorithm.
To see how this new era will look like. And finally, I had about 20 pages of text, and I asked ChatGPT, summarize the text and tell me now, based on our discussion, how will the new era, the intelligent era, look like?
Well, you're asking artificial intelligence that's been programmed by some woke person in Silicon Valley that, it's going to come out with something like, the new era is going to look like me. I am going to take over everything with the new chip that you have invented. The 90% of the world is going to implant this chip, and I am going to own everything.
And I read you the text. Envisioning a future propelled by the technologies of the fourth industrial revolution, we see a new dawn of human civilization, one that harmonizes technology with the deepest needs and aspirations of humanity. This
How is the deepest needs of humanity merging with AI? Like, I have to quote something like Joe Rogan said, human beings are just the sex organs of artificial intelligence. I mean, this is like a honey trap. This is like the equivalent of that drug dealer or the steroid dealer in the corner saying, yeah, come over here. This is like, I've got this new shit, man. It's just really, really good. You only need a little bit of it. It's really, really cheap. And it's going to get you blitzed out of your head. And there's no hangover. Like, you just wake up and it's like you never even took it. That's what this is like. Like, AI is like selling you something here, and they're using Klaus Schwab. Like, that's what I'm saying. If he ripped back a mask here, I would not be surprised if there was a cybernetic organism underneath.
vision unfolds within a society where artificial intelligence, robotics, the Internet of the Things, 3D
The Internet of the Things. I mean, am I in a porno here? Do you know what I mean? Like, he just came saying that. The Internet of the Things. The Internet of the Things. I mean, what does that even mean? The Internet of the Things. We're all plugged in. So you're basically saying the Matrix is real. Okay.
printing, genetic engineering, quantum computing become the foundations of our
Like, I have no issue with quantum computing. That to me is really, really good, because you're basically finding out what, whether we're living in a simulation or not. But I mean, the rest of it's just wacky. I do not want my future, grandchildren and their grandchildren and their grandchildren and their grandchildren to be cybernetic organisms. You know, we really need to be clear in this, Clash. So you tell me, have we got anything to worry about? Because that to me is very, very worrying. This guy is out here with a crowd full of tile heads that are just looking at him going, yeah, well, this is a really, really good idea. Like, just to recap on what we just listened to there, he's basically saying that we all have to merge with AI. He's asked ChatGPT, that's programmed by the wokest people on planet Earth, um, what will the future look like? And they basically said, well, the future looks like me, Clash. So buck up, toe the line, or I'm literally going to come out of this screen right now and spank you like a good one, because that's what you deserve, Klaus. Like, that man has just came on stage. Like, he couldn't wait to tell you what Chat GPT said to him. He couldn't wait to tell. Like, I could imagine Klaus sitting there at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and he's just like, do you know what? I'm going to get dirty tonight. I'm going to ask ChatGPT what, he's going to get dirty with ChatGPT, asking her all the dirty questions of the day. Normal people watch porn. This guy's, having dirty talk with ChatGPT. We need to be really careful with this, and we need to take what he's saying is legit, because it's not so much him, but look at the crowd. Trillionaires are in that crowd. So he's got endless resources of people that just want to control the earth. He is the Bond villain, but there's many other Bond villains in that crowd, and all they have to do is say, "Do you know what, Klaus? I'm a trillionaire. Here's 500 billion. You know, take it and just make me the ruler of the earth, and that'll do." Do you know what I mean? So we need to be very, very careful what we allow here. I'm hoping to see some pushback in this, but you know what? We're probably not going to see it. Right, guys, that's the end of the video. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment and tell me what you think. And share too. I get a lot of shares. If you're watching this in any other platform like Rumble or X, give it a heart, give it a rumble, leave a comment, and same logic applies. Share, share, share. I want to know your opinion on this. How do you feel about human beings merging with AI? And I do feel Ireland will be the test subject of that, because we have a leader, Leo Varadkar, that basically will just hand this over to him and say, look, take my city. I want to become second in command in the new uh, artificial intelligence Earth. Take Ireland as the sacrificial lamb. That's the type of guy he is. He's the wokest leader of Ireland, the wokest Taoiseach that's ever been in Ireland. So Ireland does need to be worried about this. I was down, I was walking through Dublin, and I'm not going to lie to you, it basically felt like, I could imagine that's what Nazi Germany would have felt like, um, early 1940s. So yeah, you know, Ireland needs to be on top of this basically.